Hello everyone, how are you? We are here again to talk about ways of leading a better and more peaceful life. In our last discussion, we talked about how to overcome adversity. Today, we're going to talk about how to overcome those secret pains that are in everybody. No one is free of it. The young, the old, the rich, and the poor. Everyone has one form of bitterness they've been nurturing. So, we've titled today's topic, How to Overcome Bitterness and Secret Pains. Now, in our last discussion, we talked about how to overcome adversity, and I promised you that this is going to be a regular feature on my page. Remember, once again, my name is Eloho Ikede, and I'm reaching you from Nigeria. Now, let's quickly run down the list of suggestions on how you can get out of this problem that seems to be haunting so many people, especially in our modern day life. First of all, in order to overcome something, you must discover the root cause. And some of the root causes of this bitterness we're talking about, some of them are old memories, childhood painful memories, sometimes as a result of loss of loved ones and close relatives. It could be losses in business, it could be loss of a job, it could be broken relationships and bitter relationships of the past. So we're going to look at a few points. I'm going to try and make these videos as brief as possible. Now, the first step towards overcoming bitterness is to acknowledge and accept that you have that bitterness in the first place. There are so many people going around who are smiling, who are leading outward normal lives. But when you are close to them, and when you get talking with them, you will now discover that there is something that is holding them back. It is affecting some people in relationships, it's affecting some people in their casual friendships, even in places of work. There are people who, based on resentment they have towards their colleagues or their work environments, you find that they are not bringing up their optimum productivity. So, the number one way to overcome bitterness is to accept that the bitterness exists in you. When you accept it and recognize that it is a valid emotion, it is something that is potent, it is something that can even destroy you, which is not what we are praying for. So, accepting that bitterness exists in you is the first step towards conquering it. Number two step towards overcoming bitterness is to identify the source. What is causing it? Like I mentioned just now, some of this bitterness may be as a result of broken relationships, problems inside a relationship that is ongoing, problems with job satisfaction, financial problems. There are various reasons that will make people bitter. And even though the person is outwardly moving around, smiling, joking, and doing his or her work, in there, that bitterness is there. So number two thing is you have to identify the source. Is it as a result of the company you are keeping? Is it as a result of a childhood painful memory? Is it as a result of something that is ongoing in your life? When you identify the source, then you are halfway towards finding a solution. And number two is to process those emotions. And how do you process the emotions? You can write them down. You can talk to people who have had similar experiences as yourself. In a healthy way, you express your feelings. Don't express your feelings in a way that will make it seem as if you are ungrateful to your creator. Don't also express your feelings as if uh, don't make them personal. Don't make them personal, as in you don't need to point accusing fingers just because you are trying to overcome your bitterness. It may be a combination of several factors. It's not always as a result of one source. Of course, there are people who cannot even identify what is actually causing that bitterness in them. So, like I said, process your emotions, write out your feelings, write out those things that are troubling you. Then you can present them to someone who you know you can confide in, someone who is not going to mock you because of your pains, someone who is going to be actually helpful. And in most cases, the best person to talk to is someone who has experienced similar pains or similar tragedies or similar trauma in the past. Now, the number four thing you must do is to let go of resentment. Every anger you have towards someone out there, it eats you more than that person that you are angry about. It could be somebody close to you. It could be a memory that you are unhappy with. You have to let go of that thing and know that your life is just beginning. It's not the end of your life. No matter how old you are, it is never too late to start afresh. And becoming a happy and peaceful person, living a peaceful life, is a conscious decision. It's not something that happens by accident. It's not something you inherit. You cannot inherit another person's happiness. You could be in a crowd where everyone is smiling, where everyone is laughing, and when you go home, you start crying. So inside you, you must let go of those pains. Tell yourself that you are above this pain. Tell yourself that you are above, if it is someone that is causing it, tell yourself that you are above that person, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. So, like I said, number 4, you must let go of resentment and release all that negative emotions within you. Also, learn to forgive. You don't need to forgive only when someone has come to apologize. You can forgive someone, and this is very important. You can forgive someone without becoming friends again with that person. Forgiveness simply means that you can process what has happened between you and that person and you don't feel bad. That is, you think about it and you say, well, that's all in the past. And you let it go and you focus on what you are doing at the moment and you focus on your future. Because one of the things that is the biggest disadvantage of these painful memories and this bitterness is that it sometimes prevents you, it stands in your way of progress, it stands in your way of becoming a better version of yourself, which is supposed to be our daily goal. So when you let go of resentment, number 5 points that you must take note of is to practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness. Don't blame yourself. This is very, very important. Don't live a life where you begin to blame yourself. Oh, if I had known, I wouldn't have done this. Or if I had known, I wouldn't have gone there. If I had known, I wouldn't have studied this course. If I had known, I wouldn't have started this business. Whatever is going on in your life that you feel is a mistake, mistakes are part of your progress in life. So don't hate yourself. Don't regret within you. Is something you must practice consciously. So forgive yourself, pamper yourself, treat yourself to things that give you healthy pleasure. Personally, I will share something I do. I don't watch horror movies. It is just me. I don't watch horror movies. Also, I don't watch violent movies. Anything that involves a lot of spilling of blood or infliction of pain on one person or the other, I don't watch them because it's, as far as I'm concerned, what you see affects how you feel. I don't watch boxing, and in recent years, I don't think I've ever sat down to watch wrestling. That is just me. So find out what works for you. It may be watching comedy, which is what I do. I watch a lot of comedy, and not just every comedy. I don't watch comedy where people are being mocked. There are healthy jokes there are a select few comedians who, when you watch their jokes, they will make you laugh without insulting anyone, without insulting any gender, without insulting people who are physically or mentally challenged. So, like I said, pamper yourself, treat yourself to the best within your means. Don't start getting greedy. Don't eye what another person has. That is not yours. You understand what I'm saying? You don't need to be a rich person to pamper yourself. Be satisfied with what you have. While the number 6 point we're going to look at is to reframe your perspective of life. Change your view of life. This is very, very, very important. Change how you see the world around you. Change how you see the people around you. Change the role you expect people to play in your life. Sometimes you may be bitter because you feel that people are not participating in your life positively enough. Maybe people are not helping you in your growth or in fulfilling your dreams. They are just people, they are not God. That is the truth. A relative that you look up to may not be up and doing by your standards. Sometimes it is very common. I've witnessed people who say, I have an uncle who is helping outsiders. They don't help me. Oh, this and that and that. No, that is not important. Be okay with the role that people are willing to play in your life. Don't force them. Don't drag them. Don't replace the position of God in your life with human beings around you. It is not good and it is not healthy. So, like I said, you have to reframe your perspective. in life, and this gives you an opportunity to grow and learn. Number 7, which is similar to what we talked about in overcoming adversity, you must seek support. This is very important in every emotional challenge you may be having. Seek support, share your feeling with a trusted friend, a family member, a mental health professional. Don't feel that going to see a psychiatrist or going to see a psychologist means that you are going to be stigmatized, or that it means that internally you are going to start feeling that, oh, there's something wrong with me, I'm going crazy and all that. No, everyone passes through one form of depression in their lifetime. Sometimes it goes off on its own. Sometimes you need to seek help. So in our modern world, with the modern stress we're having, and remember we're talking of bitterness, which in some people has lasted for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It all depends. It could even be a 1 week old bitterness, but it is already working against your peace of mind. So you must reach out to somebody, like we said, a trusted friend, a family member, or a mental health professional. To some, if it is your pastor, if it is your spiritual leader that works for you, go ahead and do that. If you don't get the result you want from one, move to the next and the next and the next. And don't forget to pray. That is another important aspect of healing, internal healing and physical healing as well. Number 8, we're going to talk about how you can cultivate an attitude of gratitude. You must be happy with what you have achieved in life. There's nobody who is a total failure. There's no one. So long as you are alive and you are breathing, so long as you are going about your normal activities, you are making progress. We're not talking of encouraging laziness. That is not what we're talking about. But be grateful for your positive strides in life. Be grateful for what you have achieved so far. If it is school certificate you have, be grateful for it. If it is primary school certificate you have, be grateful for it. If it is a skill you have and you never went to school, please be grateful for it and thank God for it. When you have an attitude of gratitude, it will help you to heal. It will help you to overcome some of these or most of these emotional pains we're talking about. No one is going to be totally free of it, because in everyday life you come across fresh challenges, fresh trauma happens around us, losses. There is hardly a month or 2 months that you won't hear that maybe someone in your hometown or one relative or the other died. But you don't let that eat you up. Be grateful for the things that are working and dwell less on the things that are not working for you. So like I said, that is, take priority, that is, cultivate gratitude. That is very important. Number 9, which is similar to what we also said in terms of overcoming adversity, take care of yourself, prioritize your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Whether you are a Christian, Muslim, or into the African religion, your spiritual well-being is important. Do what you know is right. Avoid a life of crime. Avoid wickedness. Avoid bitterness. The Bible says the wicked runneth when no man is pursuing. So bitterness could be as a result of self-resentment, because you know that you are leading a life that is not proper. People who do wickedness to their fellow human being, people who do harm to their fellow human being, they are not going to be happy. It's not possible. The spiritual order of things has made it so. They may smile in public. So when we're talking of bitterness and how you can overcome it, one of the key things you must do is to make sure that you have the right spiritual and moral standing to be able to heal properly. So that is number 9 point. Take care of yourself emotionally and spiritually. Number 10, engage in new experiences. You may already have a job. You may be a carpenter, you may be a plumber, you may be a university lecturer, you may be a student. That doesn't prevent you from engaging in extra activities. You could take part in charity organizations. You could organize charity groups of yourself. One of the easiest ways of becoming happy is to make other people happy. So when you create new experiences, don't try to always blend into someone else's idea. Everyone has ideas. It's just that some people will practicalize them, For other people, they won't do anything about it. So create new experiences, are going to be new experiences that will give you positive results and will help you to impact on the person next to you, help you to make positive impact on your community and your immediate circle of friends or relations or whatever social circle you may be in. Create new experiences. When you are active, when you are busy, you will hardly find time for regrets and sorrow. Even for people who have suffered losses, the longer you mourn, the longer the pain will be there. But when you say, oh, what has happened, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to continue my work, I'm going to continue my role in the church, I'm going to continue functioning in my social circle, you find that you heal faster. So you create new experiences. Now, as a summary, please remember that healing is a journey, and overcoming bitterness and secret pains takes time. It's not an overnight thing. It's not something that's going to happen in a few hours. You will follow all these steps that we've mentioned. It may take a year, it may take 6 months, but the ultimate time frame depends on you and how willing you are to pursue these steps. These are not the only steps. Like I said, when you talk to people around, you talk to people who have passed through similar experiences and who have overcome them, you will find other suggestions and other ideas. So be gentle with yourself, stay committed to your growth, and you'll find that in no time you'll be living a far, far more peaceful and acceptable life to both yourself and to those around you. So that's, in a nutshell, is my take on how you can overcome bitterness and those secret pains. In our next topic, we'll be talking about other aspects of challenges to your emotional life, to your social life as well. Uh, this should be in another 1 or 2 days. Like I said, it's going to be a regular thing. No matter how busy I am, I'm going to make sure that we always have this our time out to look at these issues. I will look forward to when I'll be going live so that I can hear your opinion, we can get to interact. But for now, it is me, Eloho, signing off from Nigeria. Bye.